Hello everyone and welcome to MyWants TV. I am your host, Kelsi Guidry, for the #1 internet radio show to get you your wants. If your wants has anything to do with gaining mass, gaining muscle, this episode is for you. That's why today for the show we are going to go over what is called Enlarge 2, made by ProLab. This formula of weight gaining protein is an extremely good formula. It's put out by ProLabs. Like I said, they boast a 52 grams per serving of protein. And not only is it high in protein, but it is special formulated with just the right amount of carbohydrates and fat. In this formula, with only 6 grams of fat, it gives just enough needed. Also in the facts of this, total fat, as I said, 6 grams. Total carbohydrates is 86 grams. And sugar, 27 grams. The sugar's a little bit high, but actually it's not that bad compared to some of the other formulas. But overall, the formula of this drink is good. This is actually one of the formulas that I use when I'm doing my mass gaining formula. I don't use it to its full extent because I'm not trying to get huge and bulky. I just use it when I'm in my bulking phase of exercising. This container is a 10-pound bucket and it's actually chocolate flavored. There are multiple flavors. There's chocolate, vanilla. There's also chocolate peanut butter, and I think cinnamon oatmeal. So there's a few different kinds. Again, this is a 10-pound bucket. I believe the 10-pound bucket only comes in chocolate and vanilla. Okay, so today I'm going to again go over a little bit of this. Give you my thoughts of how easy it is to make it and also the taste of it. So I'm going to get into making it. And again, I said 10-pound bucket, it's a lot. They actually say there's about 30 servings in here if you go the 4 scoops on a daily basis. So you're looking about a month's supply. If you cut that in half, it can last you a couple months if you use it on a daily basis. Most weight training exercises is 3 to 4 days a week. But also on the bucket, it does explain that you want to pair this with an intense workout. You don't want to just do this just for the fun of it or just for the taste of it. You have to pair it with a high intensity workout to get what you want. If you just take it on its own, it is going to put on a little fat, and you don't want that. Okay, so again, let's go into making it. It does recommend you use either some kind of shaker or blender. I don't have a blender, so I typically use something that I could shake in. I'm showing you these 2 different shakers just because this one has no straw. It's just you sip straight out the thing. This one is different. It does have a straw if you could see it, and you could suck from the top. I use this one, and I prefer to use this one because when you mix it and shake it around, it forms bubbles, and of course the bubbles come to the top. So if you're drinking with the straw, you're not going to get the bubbles. So when you drink it from the bottom, it gives the times for the bubbles to come up, and you're just drinking the actual formula rather than taking in a bunch of air. So I like to use this one. Okay, and we're going to go over, as I said, I use about 3 scoops, 2 to 3 scoops. I'm going to actually show the full serving. I'm going to show you the 4 scoops. Scoop is about, it is this size, and we're going to go with a full serving to show you how much that looks like. So we're going to make a full serving. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so that is the amount of powder. It's a decent amount of powder. but 4 scoops is not all that much compared to some of the other ones who want you to use 8, 10, or more scoops. Okay, and as I said before, this size serving is going to require 16 ounces of either milk or water. So I got about 16. You don't need to be exactly precise, but we'll get that in there. So as you can see, it gives you about a full container. If you have a bigger shaker, it's gonna pretty much fill it up. If you have one of the smaller shakers, it's gonna put it to the top and it's gonna be hard to mix. So again, you might want to go with the smaller, 2 to 3 scoops, as I said before. Okay. This formula is made to blend decently well with the milk and water. It does take a little bit of time to get all the clumps and all out when shaking it, so the process is a little bit longer when you go through shaking it. And again, the shaking makes a decent amount of bubbles, and the bubbles float to the top. One of the things I also recommend, if you have a little bit of time, I would make this before you go work out. Make yourself the full shake and put it in the refrigerator before going work out. And then as soon as you're done working out, then all the bubbles should have already came up and most of them popped out. So we mixed it decently well. They got a few little clumps you can see, but overall it mixed pretty well pretty quickly. As far as the bubbles, you can see there's a few bubbles that come to the top. I mean, obviously with shaking you're going to get that. Even with blending you're going to get bubbles. But as I said, if you let it settle for a little while, more of the bubbles will come up and get out. As far as taste, I have to admit, I've drank a few different protein shakes before, and the chocolate formula Enlarged 2 is the best tasting protein formula that I've ever had. I guess the sugar content is a little higher, so it has that a little bit more of that sugary chocolate taste, but again, it's not all that much sugar. And the reason why I'm on my second bucket is almost just because of the taste. It's extremely good. It's very chocolatey and rich, and it's one of my favorite, like I said. It's not too thick. I've had some drinks before where it was thick and kind of just thick or gritty. This one's not gritty at all. There's no grittiness. It's just a little bit thicker in density than whole milk maybe. The 10-pound bucket of chocolate on Amazon right now is actually just over $61, so it's a little bit under $63. So no, under $62. So for the price around $62, this is actually a very good deal. If you're into working out and exercising, things like that, you'll know that that's actually a good price. The vanilla bucket is actually cheaper than that. The vanilla bucket is actually $50. So it's a little bit under. I've never had the vanilla, so I don't know what it tastes like. But if I would recommend one, I would go with the chocolate. Try out the chocolate. It's extremely good. So a 10-pound bucket of 52-gram formulated whey protein is an extremely good deal. If you're doing a high-intensity workout and are on a good diet and you're trying to build mass and build muscle, I highly recommend looking into getting Enlarged 2. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I recommend trying this out. You can start off with the smaller buckets and work your way up to the bigger one, and just try it out. And that's it. I hope to see you next time, and keep in touch. Thanks.